launched a surprise nighttime attack on the Germans. They took Villers Bretonneux, and it was a turning point in the war, and of course because of that extraordinary coincidence that had happened on the night of 24th of April 1918, it's remembered on Anzac Day. But the commemorations that are going to happen here don't just remember that battle, it's about that long, tough campaign on the Western Front that involved almost 300,000 Australian troops. It claimed the lives of 46,000 Australian troops, and that's 6 times the number that fell at Gallipoli. So obviously these commemorations are a vital part of this year's historic commemorations. In the iconic fields of northern France, the Australian legacy stands tall.
What's it called? Villers Bretonneux? Is that what they say?
Australian Memorial, preparations for the dawn service are underway against the backdrop of 11,000 names of the missing who lie in the surrounding fields. While this year the gravestones will bear flags of the far-off lands that sent these fallen allies. For the young Australians,
stop it, Felix!
It's an eye-opener. None of them has been here before, though many have family links to this spot.
It's just going to be an incredibly moving experience, and I don't actually know how I'm going to be able to handle it. Even today, just walking among the graves was an incredibly emotional experience.
This will be the 8th dawn service here at Villers Bretonneux, but each year the crowds have been growing as more and more attention is paid to the Australian sacrifice on the Western Front. The service will commemorate all 46,000 Australians lost in the long, bloody campaign. But it also marks the 97th anniversary of one of the most significant victories of the war, when Australian troops saved Villers Bretonneux and halted the German advance on the Somme exactly 3 years after the original Anzac Day.
Along with British soldiers, they recaptured in a night attack on the night of 24 April the town of Villers Bretonneux, and that connection has really been a very strong, enduring connection.
Every Anzac Day in Villers Bretonneux is a tribute to its Australian liberators. Local kids still play under the banner that reminds them of their debt.
Every time when I come in Villers Bretonneux, I can hear the people say, do not forget Australia, or Australia was there, and then nobody can forget.
Des Blanche's grandfather fought to save the town of Villers Bretonneux, and he says he couldn't miss this pilgrimage. How do you feel being here?
Very relaxed off. Yes. It's an amazing place. When you look at the sacrifice that these people performed in those days, it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
These fields, and everywhere you pass there's another cemetery for Australians.
And it's just funny, the countryside's so amazingly beautiful. When you see the photos of the war, to see what it was like to what it is nowadays, it's just hard to comprehend.
Gallipoli may be taking the limelight this year, but here the Western Front is never forgotten.